Turning out of the straight, 1,700 metres to go. West End Flyer, the leader. Out by a couple of lengths, Confederate Royale and My Boy Tommy on the outside. 2 lengths to Celtic Sword. Fourth over on the outside of Marlborough. A couple of lengths to Guardian Angel. One off the rail. Double timers around it. Carter's Voice, the fence. A length to Brew. 2 lengths to Watch My Style. And Snow Court on the inside of Wood Street bring up the rear together. Into the back at the 1,400, and West End Flyer, the leader, a length and a quarter in front of My Boy Tommy. A similar margin, Confederate Royale. One away to Celtic Sword, nicely placed fourth. 2 lengths Guardian Angel following it with some cover, and then Marlborough the fence, one to double time. Then Brew, who's racing on the outside of Carter's Voice. 2 lengths to Watch My Style. A length to Wood Street, and Snow Court on the rails as last of all. No change as they run down the back, heading to the 1,000-metre mark, and West End Flyer 3/4 on My Boy Tommy, who's pulling a fraction and has come away from the rail. About 3 lengths to Celtic Sword, ahead Confederate Royale. 5th placing then held by Double Time, who's racing 3 deep around Guardian Angel and Marlborough. 2 lengths to Brew, Carter's Voice, Wood Street. Watch My Style ridden along when the pace quickened up, and Snow Court is 2 lengths last, coming down the side now, and West End Flyer nearly joined by My Boy Tommy. Celtic Sword 2 lengths away. Confederate Royale under a bit of pressure, fourth on the rails from Guardian Angel, and then round the outside coming home well Double Time, and a gap behind them to Marlborough, and Brew, being hard ridden, needs to respond when they corner. My Boy Tommy first into the bend, leads by a couple of lengths to Celtic Sword and West End Flyer. Guardian Angel called on for the finishing run, wider out Double Time, and then Brew. My Boy Tommy still in front, 250 out. Guardian Angel has him in his sights though, and Guardian Angel has swept to the front. Here's Marlborough. Marlborough's coming after them, and Brew is running on too. Guardian Angel getting off the track in front of Marlborough and Brew. Guardian Angel hands and heels finding a bit. Guardian Angel a half in front and beat Marlborough by that margin. 2 lengths to Brew, and then Carter's Voice, My Boy Tommy, and Snow Court ran on fairly. A gap Confederate Royale, followed by Celtic Sword, who couldn't go on after a good run. Next to finish West End Flyer, Watch My Style, Double Time dropped right out, and Wood Street was last to greet the judge. Guardian Angel has taken it out, number 1, ridden by Matthew Gatt. Marlborough's finished well along the inside, but Guardian Angel had his measure, although wanting to get off.
It was a good line out. So Gallant came away very quickly, and Ankara with the red cap going up fast over Infatuated. They were followed on the inside of those runners by Astutely with the red cap, and wide going around them Arabian Hawk. 2 lengths away is Faith and Company there with Padmini. Cautious Spirit is a little bit wide in between runners now. They were followed further back in the field by Grim. Then came Vast, and Natural Rain at the tail of the field. Not a great deal of speed on So Gallant inside the 1,200 in front, but Ankara's moved up now to go to the front. 2 lengths away Arabian Hawk racing on the outside of Astutely, and Infatuated on the fence. A length away the grey Mighty Padrille from Cautious Spirit. It's on the outside of Padmini. Well back is Faith with Vast, then Grim on the fence, and 2 lengths to Natural Rain inside the 800, and Anchor on the rail led with moving up again So Gallant to have a crack at it. About 2 lengths away Arabian Hawk, 3 wide, Infatuated the fence, and Astutely the centre. A length to Mighty Padrille, Cautious Spirit, then Padmini, Faith, Vast. Grim is well back with a huge job to do, and Natural Rain at the tail of the field. Anchor and So Gallant have run the race to suit themselves, and on the bend they'll turn together. 2 lengths away Astutely being popped the question, then Infatuated coming to the outside. Faith with the black cap over Mighty Padrille in the stretch, 250 to go, and on the inside Anchor beat off the challenge of So Gallant, then came out wide Faith running on from Mighty Padrille and Astutely. Anchor clear at the 100 metres mark. Here's one late Grim getting out of the pack after Anchor, but Anchor has stolen a march on them. Anchor wins the money from Grim, third Mighty Padrille from Faith, and then Astutely. So Gallant, Infatuated. They were followed by Padmini, well back Vast in Company with Arabian Hawk. Cautious Spirit second last, and Natural Rain was last. Anchor the winner of the race. Number 7 at $4.90 and $1.90. Best back runner late, and has landed a couple of handy bets. Grim second. Was ridden for luck by Brown after being caged away on the fence. Got out late and flashed the last little bit at $1.80. And third, I think we might have called Mighty Padrille. Number 5, Faith's there on the outside as well. We'll
2 lengths Charleston Gold, Limbird, and between them Queen of Mars, and they quicken again and they make a bit of a move from the rear and they bunch up, and there's 2 lengths first to last coming around the turn, where the leader racing onto the 500 was Noisy Prospect. Charleston Gold biding its time, hoping for a rails run. Wider out Trialpin and deeper still Chavik, Queen of Mars and Limbird, having a bit of trouble getting a run on Charleston Gold. Trialpin is holding her ground. Noisy Prospect the leader. Trialpin takes the front running now. Charleston Gold goes through and Chavik comes down the outside, and a field of 6 again they're across the track. Charleston Gold's got the head in front of Trialpin, trying hard as Chavit down the outside. Charleston Gold and Chavit, they hit the line. Chavit has tipped the favourite out on the wire. Charleston Gold second, Trialpin third. Small field again, but a very keen affair down the home running. Just up behind them, both Noisy Prospect, Queen of Mars and Limbird.
Rightio, thanks Ron.
And the last of them moving in, the Dubbo Welter. Master Nicholas stood in well with Damascus Road, Amaglow. Hello Bing's lined in near the outside. We need about 3 to move in. Bountiful Sun coming up with Tristalia. And Belshira still away along with the riderless one. That's Will You Dance, who's coming up into the stalls reluctantly. Belshira to come in. So last check here, sober comment, still $4.30, and that's about what the bookies will offer. Ahead of Rich Pickings, $5.30, Hello Bing, $5.50, $6.40 Tristalia, the major chances. Just about ready, starter heading over to the platform now. 1,600 metres, the journey here on a good track, perfect conditions in Melbourne, and they're all set. Little movement down on the inside there, Damascus Road shifting around in the gates. Off they go. He didn't begin at all well, Damascus Road. Stumbled out and missed it 3 or 4 lengths. And Hello Bing first out from Tristalia. Sober commented to stride quickly, is settling third on the outside in the gold with the red cap. Master Nicholas going through on the inside, and then You're a Legend, a length and a half to Belshira, followed by Bountiful Sun settling on the outside of Will You Dance, and then Amaglow, Rich Pickings and Damascus Road dropped out to last. Inside the 1200, Tristalia worked to the lead from Hello Bing. Master Nicholas is third. Sober Comment a length and a half away fourth, and You're a Legend on the rails, 1.5 to Belshira in the red colours, middle of the field. Behind it then Bountiful Sun, outside Will You Dance, and then came Amaglow, Rich Pickings and 2 lengths Damascus Road. Truly run race set by Tristalia, running to the turn at the 800, nearly 2 lengths in front of Hello Bing, a length to Master Nicholas, a length to Sober Comment, a length and a half You're a Legend on the inside of Belshira. Bountiful Sun going forward out 3 wide, 2 lengths Will You Dance, Amaglow, Rich Pickings going onto the back of Bountiful Sun to get a cart home out wide on the yellow colours, and Damascus Road is back a length. Tristalia led by 2 lengths before the turn over Sober Comment, going to second from Hello Bing on the inside of it. Master Nicholas coming through on the rails, and then Bountiful Sun out wider, and Rich Pickings the deepest when they corner. At the 400, Tristalia in front of Hello Bing, Master Nicholas and Sober Comment. Out wider, Rich Pickings is coming home very well. Out in the yellow colours, Rich Pickings has swept up to go to the lead from Tristalia, Master Nicholas and Hello Bing. Rich Pickings is well clear, has a more than 2 lengths margin on them and is drawing right away. Sober Comment coming home reasonably well, but Rich Pickings has bolted in. Sober Comment got second from Tristalia. Belshira ran on well, and Will You Dance next from Master Nicholas and then Hello Bing. Back behind them, You're a Legend, and they were followed then by Bountiful Sun, Damascus Road and Amaglow last of all. Too good there. Number 1, Rich Pickings, ridden by Lincoln Coffee. Came right away, got...
Starter upon his platform. We await for the light, which is now blinking. Gates are back and they're racing. Tina's Star near the inside came away fairly. St. Holly, Come On, Grace out wide on the track. Lady Decius away quickly. And Opal showing plenty of early speed, not too far away. Perfect Flight. Movil Slipper now driving up on the inside. Tina's Star worse than centre field. Then came Brief Promise. Zab Watchers getting back in the field with Columbina. And Evra Lady and Lahar went back to the tail of the field. On settling down, Perfect Flight at the 950. Went to the front. front. Shows the way from Come On Grace, St. Holly and Tina's Star punching through in the centre. Our Tang Dynasty not far away and Lady Decius wide. Movil slip of the fence. A length further back, Columbina. They were followed by Evra Lady. Then came Zabwatch taking off around the outside. Well out of its ground, Lahar and Misty's Miss at the tail there. Bunched up like sardines at the 550. Perfect Flight in charge by a neck on Come On Grace. A length away going through St. Holly. Tina's Star awaiting a run the fence from Lady Decius Zabwatch. Further back, Brief Promise and the others headed by Opals around the bend. Come On Grace had now slipped up on the outside of Perfect Flight to go to the front. St. Holly running on and down the centre. Lady Decius. Tina's Star needs a run, but it's under the whip. Come On Grace at the 200 in front. Trying very hard to come back. Perfect Flight running on St. Holly and Tina's Star, but Come On Grace lengthened stride below the 100. Tina's Star ran to second from St. Holly and Brief Promise, but Come On Grace is too good and wins nearly 2 lengths to Tina's Star. Photo third, St. Holly or Brief Promise from Opals and Lahar getting home well. Then came Misty's Model, Movil Slipper, Our Tang Dynasty, Perfect Flight, Lady Decius. Well back was Zabwatch, Evra Lady and Columbina last home. The late scratching at 340.
Rainbow Bubbles expected to win. Coming along well is Tempted Lady going into the stalls, and next up Emotional Success wearing blinkers for the first time today. Rosebird down on the inside. Now Rainbow Bubbles goes in, wears the all orange colours. Coming in Celebrity and Best Show. No Element to move forward, and Mighty Millie will be the last. She's got the outside gate. And On Pacer races right with them. And the way Rich Pickings won the last race is certainly no disadvantage to be out wide. In fact, it's probably now at the fourth meeting here in getting towards the end of it in the last 10 days, the outside might be the better going. All in, set to go. 1400 metres, off they go now. Emotional Success a little slow. Episode got back. Rainbow Bubbles one of the first out. Granada Miss away quickly. Rosebird is hunting up on the inside and Denari's with them as well. At the 1200, Rosebird led Denari, and on the outside Granada Miss. Settling fourth there, Rainbow Bubbles, and on the inside of her is Episode, and they're followed further back in the field by Emotional Success and Imperial Trisca's out wide, 1,000 to go. Two to Best Show. Mighty Millie getting up on the inside. No Element is a good way back. Celebrity out wide and second last, and back last Tempted Lady. At the turn at the 800 metres now, Rosebird about 2 lengths in front, setting a pretty handy tempo, led by a little over a length. Granada Miss and Denari on the fence is third, 1.5 lengths Episode. Rainbow Bubbles is outside her. Emotional Success going up 3 wide, 2 lengths Imperial Trisk also 3 deep, coming into it around the outside of Best Show, and Mighty Millie's gone over to the inside. Back behind those horses then is No Element, a good way back and ridden along from Celebrity and Tempted Lady on the fence. Rosebird around the turn, the leader. Episode and Denari close behind her, and running on now is Rainbow Bubbles in the orange coming down the middle of the course, and No Element is starting to sweep on them out wide. Denari went up to Rosebird. Rainbow Bubbles running on strongly with No Element 1.5 lengths behind them. Denari the leader. Rainbow Bubbles now has to find a little bit under the whip. Rainbow Bubbles and Denari and No Element coming at them. It's Denari, Rainbow Bubbles and No Element. Blimey, this is a very close go. Rainbow Bubbles the middle, No Element the outside, and Denari a great finish to it. Mighty Millie ran on behind them from Tempted Lady and Rosebird. Episode was next, and they were followed then by Best Show. Then came Celebrity towards the end. Granada Miss in company with Imperial Trisk, and Emotional Success dropped out to finish last. And naturally enough, the judge has called for a photo. The three favourites have gone to the line together, and the judge calling for a camera. I'm not really sure, I must admit. Rainbow Bubbles was getting to Denari in the last little bit, and No Element has made substantial ground right on the outside. Over the concluding stages, Denari, Rainbow Bubbles, Cassidy getting the best out of it under the whip. And right on the line, No Element has lunged at the pair of them. And I really wasn't sure when they hit the line, I must admit. Two's got it, Rainbow Bubbles in the middle. Number 2, Rainbow Bubbles. Oh, if you can see the photo finish there, it is just a margin ahead of No Element second and Denari in third place. What a terrific finish to the Coronella Race 7. Numbers are 2, 5 and 1. Well, that's a great finish. 3 very, very good fillies. fighting it out. You wouldn't see a race like this in a midweek program very often at all. Truly Run, which made it a very good test, and Rainbow Bubbles has found tremendous and a tremendous amount in the last little bit of the race under vigorous whip riding from Jay Cassidy. Young Matthew Gadd had done everything right on Denari, taking it to the lead ahead of Rainbow Bubbles. Certainly a big run from No Elimony. And you couldn't knock any three of them. They were both three terrific performances. And it's just been a bob of the head, one more stride, and perhaps it would have been a different result because No Elimony was coming home that quickly on the outside. Could have been a big day for owner Terry.
Found the previous going to Come On Grace, defeating Tina Star and St. Holly, as we take it to Terry for race 7.
1500. Fortune Cove to move in, so it's a good struggle here on track between Avion Way at $5.50. That's exactly what they're betting on track. Old Man short at $3.30. He's a bit better than a point than that on track. And Zinzan's the tote tumbler and Bookie's tumbler $4.70. Now there's one over there with the saddle off. Now what is that? It's Triscatorial, I think. Here we go. Yes, Triscatorial. It's out. 16's a lady, Triscatorial. And on track, Triscatorial was reading out at 400 to 1. $214 on the tote. So I can assure you there'll be no changes to the betting there. You don't often get a horse at such lengthy odds, do you? 400 to 1, Triscatorial. And he made his mind up a long time before the starter was ready to put them into the gates that he didn't want to be part of the fray of Warwick Farm racing today. He was very reluctant to move to the starting gates. Now they're all set. Lights on and the gates are open. Out wide on the track, away quickly, Point Nelson. He was one of the first to ping out of the gates. Going fast also on the outside of those is Rent a Crowd going up towards the lead. Not far away, Zinzan railing through to be third. Then came making ground Avion Way to fourth from Sweet Lucy. Further back in the field, 2 lengths away is Old Man. Just up in front of him on settling down Fortune Cove. A length and a half, 2 Shot in the Dark, double the ton well back. They were followed near the tail of the field then by Star Chimes and company there with Emma Reb, Miss Plume, and last of all dropping back Scorp's Opera. 750 out. And Zinzan straight to the front, led by a length on Point Nelson. Rent a Crowd third, a length and a half. Avion Way travelling into the race very easily. Old Man's on his inside, a length further back, Sweet Lucy. They were followed by Double the Ton, then starting a run, Fortune Cove. Shot in the Dark, Emma Rev very wide on the bend. Zinzan 400 to go in front. On the outside, Point Nelson. Now Avion Way's about to come out. Old Man came out in front of him. They had a bumping duel, and Sweet Lucy to the outside. In the straight, Zinzan at the 300 in front. Avion Way and Old Man are after him. Sweet Lucy out under the arches, running on with Double the Ton. Old Man moved up at the 100 metres mark, hit the lead from Avion Way and Sweet Lucy. Old Man drew clear. It's Christmas for him today. Old Man, he's in front. Avion Way lunging late with Sweet Lucy. Oh, tight. The inside, Old Man, Sweet Lucy the outside, not real sure. Third prize, Avion Way, a nose away. Then Zinzan, Point Nelson, Miss Plume, Star Chimes, Rent a Crowd, Shot in the Dark, Double the Ton. Further back was Emma Reb, and near the tail of the field was Fortune Cove with Scorp's Opera.
Don't forget Mount Gambier tomorrow with 8 events. Racing at the bridge and a little slow to begin, Charleston Bay, and also Somerville Lass and Dispatch beaten for early speeders drifting back. And on settling down in the green armbands and cap, Kate's Ruby came out to lead from Mollusk, and on the outside, Palace Fun to make a line of 3 as they spear downhill. A length and a half, Rapa Lee, close handy once a printer. They were followed over on the outside, Blarney Boy pushing through on the inside, Cursory Prayer. Happened to be behind them at the 600, followed then over on the inside by Quality Control. Further out was Quick Megs from Dispatch, Charleston Bay, Eastern Jets a mile back, and also back there with it Somerville Lass in the stretch now, and go to the 300 metre mark. Cursory Prayer attempting to get up on the inside. Out wide, Palace Funds hit the front now from under pressure, Kate's Ruby, then Cursory Prayer getting a run between them. Charleston Bay is finishing it off nicely. Happen to be is late down the centre of the track, coming with a rattling run. It's Charleston Bay in front. Happen to be tries to get there, can't do so, and Charleston Bay wins, safely holding Happen to be. Third place in Quality Control. Not sure about fourth. We've got Cursory Prayer. And also Blarney Boy and Wider Out Dispatch, followed further back by Eastern Jet, who charged home late but all too late. Somerville Lass followed by Rapali Quick Megs, once a printer. Further back knocking up Palace Fun. Last in, bar one, that was Kate's Ruby. And dropping right out to the tail was Mollusk.
Western Outlaws drifted out quite markedly, but still retains favouritism here at around the 5-2 mark. Money for Exponential. It's firmed a 1.5. It's been probably the best go in the race, Exponential. And Jade Start has also come in for support. It's firmed half a point after initially being easy. But best backed Exponential, Western Outlaw, the drifting favourite. Nearly ready. 1400 for the last of the day, all clear given, off they go, and Bung Lung won the jump with Exponential away fast, and Biceps pushing up on the inside to take over the running. Jade Start dropped out to be last of all, and Biceps led from Stargrazer going to second, Western Outlaw third, 2 lengths back Bung Lung out to Tiller and Gold Time going forward. About 2 lengths further back is Exponential, Gold Action around it, followed by Ocean Bird, Andre Stad, His Word and Jade Start in the centre last of all, heading to the 900, and Biceps the leader by a length to Stargrazer, a length to Western Outlaw, a length to Bung Lung in the pink colours, and Gold Time on the outside, followed by Out to Tiller, 1 to Gold Action, Exponential in the centre, and Ocean Bird back on the rail, a length to His Word, Jade Start second last, and Andre Stad on the rails. Coming down the side, Biceps by a length. Stargrazer is second, 600 to run. Western Outlaw on the inside of Bung Lung, and they're followed by Gold Time. 2 lengths then to Gold Action. Out to Tiller over on the inside, and then Ocean Bird, Exponential and Jade Starter a long way back cornering. Andre Stad on the rails, and His Word last. In the straight, Biceps the leader. Stargrazer getting out wider, coming after the leader. Western Outlaw getting a run through, but Stargrazer's race to the lead now. Western Outlaw trying to go with it from Bung Lung, and Biceps still there on the rail. And then came Gold Action. It's Stargrazer in front. Western Outlaw trying to reach it. Stargrazer's finding plenty. In fact, he's pulling clear from them, and Stargrazer beat Western Outlaw. Bung Lung grabbed third from Biceps. Nothing made ground. Gold Action was next to finish, and they were followed then by His Word, Exponential and Ocean Bird together. Jade Start made up a little bit of ground down to the inside. Next, Andre Stad, Out to Tiller, and Gold Time was one of the last.
Hey, Alaboo.